everyone, it's Laura and welcome back to We Homeschool Her. This video I wanted to talk about the resources I used as a homeschool parent to get me started. I think the first thing that I started with was YouTube videos. My daughter expressed an interest in homeschool. Things kind of went downhill at her school. No one was happy. We were not happy. And I was looking at other schools, and we're now talking about $24,000, $30,000 a year. I had heard and seen rumblings of people doing it an hour a day, and she's about to turn 7, so she's more mature, she's more independent. So I'm thinking, like, I can do this. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I can do this. I will link below some of the YouTube channels that helped me. I know there was like the Indian woman who was really heavy on game schooling and mathematics. She was fantastic. I think she was like retired early. She has an interesting story. Haley Page, I think is her name. She's the one that turned me on to the very first book that I read that I absolutely loved. I watched some of her videos when my daughter was a newborn and she was doing like day in the life videos of moms. So it's fun to see that she's transitioned into homeschooling as well. So check them out if you are looking for resources on YouTube. My daughter and I went on a Disney cruise for her spring break together solo. And it was the 5-hour school week by Erin and Kalina Amuchastiglu. I have no idea. So it says an inspirational guide to leaving the classroom to embrace learning in a way you never imagined. This was a very simple, easy read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was well written. It was written kind of like a vlog, I would say. And she walked you through how she does it, lots of hands-on things that she does day to day with. I think she had 3 girls. I read this a couple months ago, but this was my very first one. I was like, okay, I can do this. And I see the benefit to my daughter, like big benefit. And I asked, I don't know if my husband read it, but I was like, just read like 3 chapters of it because he was hesitant about homeschooling. So highly recommend that. And then I downloaded The Call of the Wild and Free by Ainsley Armand. And the problem with that is I was now home and I was a mom and I was doing all the things with my list backing up and didn't have a lot of free time. And I got through 44% of it. And I did watch a couple of her interviews. I just prefer the audio because while I'm doing dishes, while I'm doing stuff around the house, or I can go on walks, I like to listen to the books, and that leads me to Audible. I hadn't had Audible in a long time. My husband actually uses Audible. He listens to history books, like the real thick guy, on his way to work and back. So I bit the bullet, did Audible, and absolutely love it. I will put an affiliate link below. It helps support my channel, won't cost anything to you. But if you are looking to educate yourself on being a homeschool mom, I think this is the best way to go. And there's lots of free resources on there as well, which I'll get into. I enjoyed Wild and Free. I have to finish the other 56% of it. But when I just get in bed late at night, I just want to watch reality TV. And that's the last thing I want to do. So those are the 2 actual books I read. And probably when I'm at the beach this summer, I will finish Wild and Free because I do think it's a good book and I do think she has a great insight. She's been doing it a while, has lots of kids. And then I went to the library and saw they had a bunch of homeschool books. So I cracked them open, skimmed through them, and I was like, I don't have time for this. One of the first books I listened to on Audible is called Brave Learner by Julie Bogart. Absolutely love this book. She really just envisions and creates a world of enchantment. What did she call it? Hold on, give me 1 second. She called it enchantment. Basically just making learning fun and magical, and I absolutely loved it. Like throw parties to learn. and have a theme of clothes, food, start a book club, have an art table, which we actually already have. So loved Brave Learner by Julie Bogart. And apparently she has some sort of Brave Writer series, which I might look into, but we're going to start slow with not a lot of pressure with my daughter because she's being putting a lot of pressure on herself to read. Self-Driven Child by William Strickson. This wasn't so much homeschooling. This is one I didn't finish. It was more about giving your children freedom, which I do struggle with a little. It's not because I don't trust her, it's because I don't trust the world. But I do, like, even on the Disney cruise, I was like, go and get an ice cream by yourself, where she was like, I couldn't see her, but she was on a Disney cruise. So I've been working on that, on letting her be more independent as far as not keeping an eye on her. But I didn't really care for that book very much. William Strickson and Ned Johnson. Teach Your Own. Really enjoyed this. This is John Holt, which is, I guess, the godfather of unschooling. I have his original book, which I can't remember what it's called, for my next Audible book that I want to listen to. But this was the one with Pat Ferenga. John Holt is now passed away, and Pat runs his thing, and so it was a great book called Teach Your Own. Fantastic. Unschooled by Carrie McDonald. Really good, very good insight. Free to Learn by Peter Gray. Fantastic book, highly recommend. I did space out and get bored because a lot of times it's like a 25-minute ride to my daughter's school. We have a bridge out. It's supposed to be 22. It's 25, 26 minutes. So when she's not in the car, I listen to audiobooks, and sometimes I'll go on walks with them. And like I said, get stuff done around the house while listening to them. And it was lots of anthropology, the history of how kids learned, and it was a little boring. But the beginning and the end was fantastic. There are a lot of interviews that Peter Gray has done on YouTube, and his son went to the Sudbury School up in the Northeast, maybe New Hampshire or something, and they actually have one here in Wilmington, Delaware, which is really close. But I just felt like that wasn't the right fit for us. But it was an interesting school. Again, it's probably too much freedom for my anxiety level and comfort level. But fantastic book. I feel like if you're going to homeschool, you should read that. And then I don't know why this happened, because it's not in my Audible library, in my Audible app. Like, it's in the history. They're not coming up. But there were some free books, and it was through Whisper Voice or something, which it was some AI reader of a book, and they were free. I didn't have to pay for them. Highly recommend Homeschool Gone Wild. She had 6 kids, and it was her journey from just homeschooling and recreating a classroom to unschooling. And there were lots of day-to-day hands-on things, and just like the knowledge of homeschooling 6 kids is pretty incredible. Awaking Wonder by Sally Clarkson. It was okay. I didn't finish that, but it was okay. It was a lot of enchantment in that, a lot of religion. Give Your Child the World by Jamie C. Martin. It was very long. I didn't finish that, but I did get some information and ideas for like world schooling. The Relaxed Homeschool. Oh, that was like a quick hour book. That was one of those free ones with Whisper Voice. Oh, How Children Learn by John Holt. That's the one I'm going to read next. I'm excited about that. Homeschool Bravely by Jamie Erickson. I must have not liked that. I didn't read it. Those were the books that really helped me and built confidence to get me ready. I haven't started yet, but I'm getting everything ready to go. So that will be the next video showing you how I plan to homeschool. Thanks for watching, guys.